What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wes Grant. You're watching Suburban Nerd. This is the channel where I give my nerd views on today's nerd news. I also give reviews on TV shows, and today's TV show, as you can see, is a review of Season 2 of The Gifted, titled Game Changer. And this episode was fire. For some reason, this episode seemed longer than an hour than it normally is because so much stuff happened. If I'm gonna give you a quick recap of what happened in the last episode, episode 8, pretty much Rebecca was on a run. Blink and what's the name? John was chasing after her, going after her. Lorna, she decides that she's gonna be giving up her baby. She brings it to Captain Lightbright. Then they have their little moment. She goes and hands it off to her stepmother, the one that took care of her. You've got who else? Oh, the Von Struckers. They meet the lady that used to work with Reed's father, and then they're working with him. Pretty much after that, close to the end, Rebecca gets captured, and I think that's pretty much it. Other than everybody's fighting and a whole bunch of riot because of the 37 people that were killed in the bank, and now the mutants, or people, militia, everybody's purifiers are all against the mutants, and they're on their own. So that's pretty much in the last episode. This episode starts off showing you pretty much a small little history of Rebecca. Not so much why she's so cray, but how she got taken in, and it's because she was already acting a little bit off with her powers, because apparently in her school she almost killed a teacher. So her parents were trying to play like everything was good. They had breakfast. She gets up and she pretty much gets taken away by the Sentinel Service. They roll up on her, and then they put her hands behind her back, and then the dad's like, what choice do you leave us when you're almost trying to kill your teacher? You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't cool. And they're gonna come after us. So we had to give you up. So she gets taken away. And from there we jump back forward to, we see Rebecca is in this like cubicle thing that Reed, because I was right. The invisible guy used to work with the underground, but now he's working with what's it called, the inner circle. So now they've got her in there because they can't let her stop in motion. They have her spinning in this thing in complete darkness, so she can't use her powers to crush the thing, or pretty much reverse where she's in. So she's pretty much being tortured. Andy's not cool with that. He was like, why are you torturing? Why? And they're like, yo, I'm thinking like, yeah, the chick was crazy. She killed people. Yeah, and then plus she knows too much about the inner circle, so that's why they had to capture her. So you got Andy not feeling too good about this. We go back to the Von Struckers, and Lauren, she doesn't feel right about giving her blood, because from what she heard with I forget what that guy's name, the Asian guy's name. Well, with him, he saying that she's gonna change the world. Mutant people with powers, that now they can suppress them or put them away, whatever. And they think they're gonna do a great job, and she sees it as, no, they're gonna get rid of all the mutants. And I can see how you can see that. I definitely can see how you can see that, because like people would comment and let me know. I'm like, yes, I do agree. With great power comes great responsibility, and the government tends to not really look on the best part of responsibility. So what they would probably do is sneak it in our water or filter, just to get rid of all mutants, to get rid of powers, which, understandably, because they're afraid. They're afraid of all these people with powers doing whatever the hell they want. And in a world, it's like, the only world where I ever see where powers are not used, well, not utilized, but where there's a good check and balances is My Hero Academia. If you guys don't watch My Hero Academia, it's basically a world where majority of the world has powers, and there's only a minority that doesn't. And it's able to work because there's the schools to teach people how to become heroes, and then of course you got villains, but that's the way it works. But if you have a world predominantly with regular humans, then you have people with powers, then the people without powers are going to be afraid of what all these people with powers can do. And maybe like, say, Magneto thought, like mutants were above humans, so they shouldn't be treated the way they are. And then you got humans. It's a whole bunch of things, but I feel and I understand what the whole deal is with the powers, where they're trying to get rid of the powers, because some mutants, they hurting herself. They showed in there in the last episode, this lady who electrically discharges energy, she's burning her skin, and they're trying to find a cure for her, and if it would be her choice, and I'm sure that's what the lady would want, or that's what it made it seem like, that you had your choice if you wanted to get rid of the powers. But it doesn't always work that way. So then they jump over to what's it called, it's I'm gonna call him Captain Light still, but I liked Marcos. I'm gonna call him Marcos in this review because I liked Marcos in this episode. He was very level-headed, and I liked him. I liked him so much in this episode, and he was mourning the fact that his daughter got pushed away. He's looking at the picture. You got John coming in like, yeah, get your game face on. We about to go do some stuff. The regiment. I found some information, and he's like, yo, my kid just got sent away. It was like, yeah, I understand that, bro. You're gonna have to tuck that away, put that in your pocket, because we need to do something. And I'm like, yo, the dude sees mourning. You know what I'm saying? And then he's saying that he found out where this guy that works for regiment is, whatever. So they're gonna go. They take Blink, and then Blink is like, okay, what's going on? He was like, yeah, we're gonna go inside and go get that guy. And she's like, whoa. So we're kidnapping now? And then even Mark was like, yeah, so that's your plan? We're just gonna go in there and just go take him? He was like, yeah, there's not gonna be no issue. Just go in and out and just grab him. And she was like, yo, that ain't right. And I'm thinking, like, what's making you better than the inner circle at this point? You know what I'm saying? Because I understand the ends to means or whatever, but like Blink was telling you, like, you're on this crusade on your own. It's like, what are you trying to find? You're trying to find the inner circle, find out what they're trying to do, and you're trying to stop them. Okay, I understand that, but it's like, oh, whatever. So they go. Then you've got the inner circle with Andy. Andy's going and talking to Lorna and trying to be like, yo, is it worth it? You sending your baby all this stuff? Because I really don't know. Because he's feeling second doubts because, you know, his girlfriend is like being wrapped up and turned in that thing, and he doesn't know what he should be doing. You got going back to Von Strucker's where they're in there, and then Lorna talked them into that we're gonna have to get rid of all these samples because the lady's gonna try and get rid of all mutants. It's gonna be a complete genocide. And you're like, you know, Reed's got that look like, yeah, I guess we can't do that. We can't let them have this type of, you know, thing. So they decide they're gonna do that. Meanwhile, you've got what's it called? You've got sorry, the thing real quick. So just gotta turn down sound. Alright, sorry. Just had to turn on something real quick. Anyways, so you've got the Von Struckers deciding that they're gonna have to get rid of all the samples. Then you jump over to back over to Blink and John, and you hear gunshots, and then they call him. He's like, what the hell's going on there? And he was like, yo, just check the trunk. And then he runs outside, he opens up the trunk, and then the guy drops down there with a bag over his head, and then the guy takes off the bag. And then Marcus like, don't look at me, I don't know what's going on either. And he closes the trunk on him. They run inside, they get in the car, hop off and drive. Meanwhile, you got the Chase, who's having this meeting because of the militia. He's making a militia with the purifiers. He's giving a speech because the guy is very inspiring. He's very how you say, like, he's good at having public speeches, and he's good at inspiring people to, you know, do what he wants to do, because he wants to, in his mind, make the world safer by capturing mutants and then putting them away. And he makes up a game plan. He puts up like a hotline call number for them to call, and they're like, okay, this is what you do. Anybody see anything, just make a call. We're gonna do this. Jump back over to the Von Struckers. You got Lauren, who's, you know, putting on that charm. I'm telling you, you know what? I don't know how old Lauren is, but she's definitely a hottie. I'm not gonna, like, she's probably like 19 or something like that, but she's definitely a hottie, and she knows how to use a charm because she's very attractive, and she uses her thing. She uses her way with the Asian guy to get him to, I guess, take her out to eat, but also to take her to see the blood samples, her family's, or whoever's. And then when they go down there, and she shows something new, a power I didn't even know she had, where she can leave a little force field and just let it sit. I thought she had to be looking or focused or whatever, but apparently now she can just leave like a force field at the lock and walk off and, like, on the other side of the building, eat food. Maybe if she just concentrates on it so she can just leave it there, because I've never seen her show this power before. If you have, write down in the comments, because like I said, I've never seen her do this before to this level. So, jumping back, you've got the guy that was captured, brought down. You got what's it called? You got John and Marcos questioning the guy, and the guy's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what is going on. And he was like, I'm just a tech guy. He was like a tech guy with all these security guys. You know, like the security guys that were shooting at them when Blink and John took him. He was like, yeah, that's what it is. Blink brings him out. It's like, yo, what did we fight? What is all this? You didn't tell me that we're gonna be kidnapping someone. The guys had guns. I could have been shot. What are we fighting for? All this what? So you can go out to the inner circle? He's like, no, it's not. It's not about you. It's not about them. It's not. It's just we're trying to save people. That's what we're doing. We need to find out what regiment is all about so we can stop everything, like what the inner circle's planning. And then she was like, okay, whatever. She walks off. Then he goes back and he's like, okay. He slams down. He's like, yo, you need to tell me. Stop bullshitting me. And the guy's like, okay. Regiment works on the collars. He was like, oh, the collars? What do you mean? He's like, yeah, we control the collars. And he was like, the collars for the mutants? He was like, yes. Where? In the prisons. Which prisons? All of them. All of them? Yeah. So now I'm like, damn. So that's what they're planning. So they'll go back over to not Von Struckers. So going back over to Andy and them, and Andy's like feeling some type of way because Reeva goes to talk to him and says that sorry that he feels this way, but like she's very loose cannon and they just had to keep her clothes off. So he goes and grabs a bag. He goes downstairs, opens it up, and then he's like Rebecca, and Rebecca's she's a cutie too. Like if you looked at her, like in the last episode, I realized when she was wearing the jeans and the jacket, whatever, and even in the beginning of this, she had some hips to her. Like, geez, so Andy, good on you. She was a hottie, but she's crazy. And he finds this out because he breaks her out, and she goes and makes out with him. She's so happy, and he was like, all right, I got the bag, let's go. He pressed the elevator button. He was like, yo, let's get out of here. She was like, nope, press the button. We're like, what are you doing? He was like, we're going up. He was like, why? Because we're gonna, like, they locked me up. He was like, yeah, but that's only because, you didn't know what you were doing, and you killed those people. She was like, I know what I was doing. I wanted to kill those people. And he was like, whoa, what? He was like, yeah. And now we're going to kill them just like I killed them. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to kill, Reeva and the rest of them so that because they're going to keep coming after me, so I might as well get rid of them. He was like, well, no. We shouldn't do this. But she was like, yep, this is what's going to happen. If you want me to stop you, I'll stop you. And he was like, oh, just hold on, baby. Come on, slow down. And I was like, you just get that look like, Jesus, bro. You don't know what type of crazy you just stepped into. But then she opens the door, the elevator's door opens up. They're all in a meeting, planning out this whole thing, I guess the Regents, whatever his name. She goes out, she's about to spill, crushing him, and he goes and then whacks her off with his power. She goes flying, hits the edge, and I think breaks her neck or something like that. And yeah, like, I felt bad for him, because he did like her a lot, but she pushed his hand, and then but he had to say, because like there was Lorna in there too. Like even if he doesn't like Reeva that much, he grew a bond with Lorna, Polaris, and he's not gonna let this new chick kill him. You know what I'm saying? Because he sort of likes these people, especially Lorna. So Lorna was the one I think he was mostly trying to protect. You know what I'm saying? She was, and also he didn't want her killing no more. He didn't want anybody getting killed like that. So after she dies, Reeva's like, let's do this for them. You know what I'm saying? Like all these people. So he's crying, jumping back. You've got the Von Struckers, that they're going and actually no, I'm gonna slap that right there. Going over to John and Blink. Blink calls, be like, did you hear what's happening? He's like, what's happening? She's like, yo, over the intercom, like they're breaking down houses. They're going into them. Any mutants, anybody with X genes, they're taking them in. Everybody taking in. Why? Because of what we did. He was like, yeah, you break some eggs. You know what I'm saying? He was like, no, like. You know what? If you're not gonna go out there, I'm gonna go out there and fix what happened. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you got Reeva and them saying that that someone's hacking into their systems, trying to find out their plans, and which it's actually the guy that Blink, John, and Marcos captured. That he's trying to hack in as far as find out what the Inner Circle is trying to do, and then they find out that the Inner Circle is going to go after the base, I believe, in DC, where it's controlling the Regents thing, the collars. They're gonna go and stop it. So then right before they find out for sure, all of a sudden the guy's getting shot, and it's the invisible guy. I forget what his name is, but he gets shot. And then there's a little tussle between Marcos, John, and him. And at the end, the guy gets put down. Marcos did do his little hand thing to stop him from going to the door, which I don't know what that would have actually done. But hey, you see a beam of light somewhere, you're going to be like, oh, what's that? Even if it ain't going to actually hurt you, you know what I'm saying? but they take him down, and he's shot. And then they're trying to get out. That's when all of a sudden the purifiers roll up with a truck, and they're shooting. And then The one thing that kind of threw me off, if you guys watch the episode, John turns and holds his back and gets shot, right? His shirt. Then they're running, and then the guy gets shot in the leg that was invisible. He's running. He tells, what's it called? They're running, and all of a sudden there's no more bullet holes on the back of John's back, and I'm like, what's happening? What did he get? Like, you know, that's one of those like mistakes that these shows. Those are small mistakes. You know what I'm saying? That's them because of so many scenes in and out of order that they don't realize that there was no holes or whatever. Anyways, so they go, and John tells them to run. He goes, takes on the truck, and gets pushed up against the truck. Like, he's getting pushed. He jumps back over to the Reeva, the instructors. The instructors are breaking because of the thing that Lauren left to get it open. But that's when the doctor rolls in with the Asian guy, and they were like, "Why would you do this?" She was like, "Yo, you're gonna cause genocide." But no, you can't do this. And then that's when what's it called? The guy who's like the doctor lady says. They're all sort of like abominations, but they shouldn't have been born. And then that's when he's like, really? That's what you feel? He takes the sonic thing, starts putting out, then Lauren knocks out the 2 guards. He starts vibrating, breaks all the things, all the blood samples, and the instructors get out of there. You go back over to the inner circle. Andy and Lauren talks to Andy. He's like, yo, we're doing this for her because we're going to stop all these collars all around the world, all in the U.S. We're going to stop them all. And like, so nothing can happen like it did to you know, Crazy Girl. He's like, all right. So they go. It's like what's it? Sort of like a Ocean's 8 in a way, where they just roll it up, roll deep. But there was no secrecy. They just went in there, took out the guards, went to the main place. They went down to the main area. And then I just started getting tingles when Lauren or Polaris came up with the whole helmet thing, and just started blowing up all the machines. And then you got Andy just crushing it, and then you see all around the U.S. all the collars, all the mutants coming loose, coming free, blowing all the things. Everything's going crazy. I'm like, oh snap! You got so all this is happening. Like they're taking out all the mutants, getting free. You've got the instructors getting out while the guys screaming, making the sonics, blowing up the whole lab. And I think the lady's probably gonna die. You've got and then all the way at the end you've got John being pinned up against a trash can, and then Jace comes out and he was like, gotcha. Boom, slams his head on the thing, and that's pretty much the end of the episode. The next episode is going to be January 1st. Oh my, just so much stuff. Can't believe I'm saying. This episode was one hell of a fall finale, and they did not disappoint. Everything. I can't believe they killed off Rebecca, but Rebecca had to go. She had to go. And I called it too. You guys watched, like, I remember like one of the first episodes, I called it that this is what's going to happen. Andy's going to have to do something to take her out because he's going to get too crazy. And I called it. And I saw it. So thank you guys. Remember to like if you like the video. Put on those notifications. Check out the subscribe button. Remember to check out my last review of last episode. And check out my playlist of reviews. Remember, I'm Grant. You've been watching Suburban Nerd. You've just been notified. Catch you guys on the next review.